Now there should be sound. Sorry about that. So no technical difficulties. Let's cross our fingers that we'll have no technical difficulties today. Thank God for Jeremiah for helping us out and getting us all squared away last night at the very last moment. It was about 11:30 and he finally got it all straightened out for us, thank God. So you should hear us. Yes, thank you. Now you can hear us. So welcome. Thank you. We look good. Oh, thanks. So here's a shot.
Talking to me. So.
Here's a shot of what's going on here at the meet today.
Oh, there's Nick. Hopefully he doesn't scratch his buttocks.
Hopefully he doesn't scratch on his buttocks.
Actually,
that would be
honestly, I would be okay with that. Hopefully he does.
I think that actually brings on more viewers if you show buttocks. So as I walked in today, I noticed that there were more tables than ever here at the Mid-Atlantic Collecticore meet. Today it's at a high school, which is different. Typically, it's at a comic book shop / kind of like a toy store kind of deal. So a lot more foot traffic, a lot more people. It reminds me of like a miniature, like little con or something. It is really wild. Today, the two items up for what do you call it? I guess for like a raffle, which Mid-Atlantic Collecticore always does. There's an emerald green Freddy and a Red Skull, and you bet your bottom dollar I put down a lot of money on that Red Skull. I want that Red Skull. Yeah,
I put in some money, and Brandon was like, yeah, Chris already put in some money the other day, and I'm not going to tell you how much he put, because you're going to get mad at him. I was like, oh, okay.
Right. Oh, Heather, you look great today. Isn't she beautiful? Look at her. There she is. Really beautiful. So welcome. We're going to talk to a couple people here today just about collecting Funko, maybe see what they have up for trade. I haven't really looked around today, so I have no idea what actually is here. Did you notice any cool things as you walked around? Heather walked around.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No, I got, I gave someone a pop that we owed them.
Ah.
But outside of that, I did not.
Okay. Yeah, we actually brought somebody one of the unicorns from Disney. But I walked around and I picked something up today that I purchased now a while ago. Finally got my hands on it. I'm really excited about this, guys.
Can we open it?
Prepare your underpants. Prepare your underpants. Look at this. It's amazing. It is the Tiny Ghost. You can open it, sure. Just don't bend the box up. I mean, it's already kind of damaged on the bottom. It does, honestly, it doesn't matter. We did go live last night on Instagram. We showed that I ordered one of the Tiny Ghosts, but I only, unfortunately, received a regular Tiny Ghost when there was a chance of custom Tiny Ghosts. So it didn't work out for me, but I'm really happy because now I have this guy. Look at him. Oh my God, he's so awesome. Look at that. He is so cool. This is like the only Tiny Ghost I ever wanted. So I'm happy that I have him, because that's really the only one that matters to me until they bring out something super cool. I would like the red and black, because it's like a different, it's red red ghost with the black. Yeah, the opposite. Yeah, the mirrored version. Mirrored? I don't know the word, technical word I need to use for this. But anyway, I really happen to like this one, so I'm happy I got my hands on it. Thank God. Somebody's throwing stuff in front of us. He just threw his phone. Did you see that? I saw it. Yeah, so Tiny Ghost. We have a couple of things up for trade here, off to the side. Nothing too crazy. However, I did want to show you that we have 2 pops to give away today. Prepare yourself for this, guys. Take a look. Hold on. Heather's going to get it together for you. Boom. So we have a Star-Lord to give away and a Black Panther to give away today. If my trip to the post office isn't enough from the Wednesday live, I now have to ship these 2 bad boys. So
they are bad boys.
We will show you. Yeah,
they're good boys.
We will explain to you.
They're bad boys if you're a villain.
We will explain to you shortly how you can win these guys if you want them. Right? They're chases. Very exciting. Capital City Pops. By the way, today I did see Capital City Pops did mention it is Endgame Day.
It is.
They are releasing literally everything for Endgame. I thought that it was bogus when they mentioned they were releasing everything on the 31st. I thought, okay, that's a day that they're going to start releasing some of this stuff. No, they decided to release everything today. So I already have my hands on the what is it, Heather? The Tony Stark. Is he around here? What's the Tony Stark box?
In your backpack.
In my backpack. So I have the Tony Stark box now, and I have my other pal hooking us up with a Thanos and a Hulk GameStop.
Yes.
So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to be really choosy this go around because in Infinity War I literally bought everything that you could buy, but I'm only going to go for exclusives this round and maybe some Funko Pops that are common that I really happen to like. I'm mostly excited about Ronin, aka hold on. Yeah, so there's the Tony Stark right there. Isn't that cool? Look at that. I can't wait to wear this shirt. I'm really excited about that. So the T-shirt's okay though, and it's a little loud. The T-shirt's a little loud. It has like Tony Stark on there. It says Iron Man, a really big letter. Look, why the Iron Man?
It's like the Sirius Black.
Yeah, it's like the Sirius Black. Like the Avenger symbol would have been enough. I think everybody in the world knows what this guy is. Like just by looking at the little picture, you know who this is. Why does it have to say Iron Man? It reminds me of like one of those cheap things you have to buy that you buy at like a dollar store. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's way too much information. Oh, hey, what's up? There's Charlie Cook. Charlie, have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat. Sit down. Yeah, sit down and talk to us for a second. Charlie Cook, if you remember. Oh, you have a mask on. It's hard for me to tell. There's a mic. Talk through the top of it.
Like your M&M.
Right, like your M&M. Please.
Yeah.
Yeah. You talk in there like that. Like this? Right at top, on the top, like that.
Can you hear me now?
There you go. Yep. let's throw the camera on the floor. Why not? So Charlie Cook, you guys probably remember him. He was on a live on Friday. People are walking around. Where did the masks come from?
The masks are actually up front, like right when you come in on the left-hand side.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Why did I not get one?
Yeah, we missed out on that, I think.
Yeah, I need to get one.
There's a whole bunch up there.
Oh,
really?
man,
Then we have to get in there. Closer to your... There you go.
Right here?
Right
Okay.
there. Perfect.
All right.
Sorry. That's the crappier mic out of the three. I thought it was going to be the better one.
Okay.
But it's not.
That's okay.
That's what happens.
It's fine.
So Friday...
I'm used to technical difficulties at this point.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. So Friday, Charlie came on with us live to talk about the meet, actually, and talk about all things Charlie Cook.
Right.
And unfortunately, the soundboard, the mixer that we were using, the power supply, by the way, it was the power supply.
Was it the power supply?
It went up.
Okay.
I went to the store yesterday, and I showed the guy, and he's like, yeah, totally a power supply. Your board's fine. And I was like, oh, well, that's a good thing.
Right.
So now I'm going to get another power supply, so I'll have a board to take with me when I go out, and one that stays at home. Brilliant.
Brilliant.
I think that's why I blew it up, because I was moving around too much. And unhooking
Plugging
things,
in,
and
pulling-
yeah,
Yep.
right. That or I'm just a big idiot. And
No,
there's some
it's
sort of static electricity thing. Hold on, let me tell you something. Heather's probably going to disagree with you about the idiot thing.
What?
He said, what? He said, I said, it's probably because I'm a big idiot. And he goes, no, it's not because of that.
Oh, well, no, it definitely is.
Oh.
Just so you're aware.
Look, I'm Keith's husband, right? So we stick together.
We husband together.
That's right. We husband together.
So do you have a table here set up?
I do have a table here. Not a whole lot of stuff on there. Got some comics and a couple figures and stuff.
Excellent.
And then I have my firstborn watching it. So.
Okay. He's taking a look at it, make sure everything's okay and under control.
Or maybe he's staring at his phone because that's what they do at that age. But
how old is he?
He's going to be 13.
Okay, yeah. He was the one that interviewed me the last meet.
Yes, he interviewed you
Yes.
because he wants to become a YouTuber.
Well, he definitely can be one. He had perfect questions. He had questions that left me flabbergasted, and it was fantastic. That's the way every question should be. Like the question that Heather asked one time. What is your least favorite mode of transportation? Right?
Right.
With questions like that, how can you not win?
Right. I mean, it's a perfect question.
So are you out here today looking for anything? Or are you just overseeing everything because you're one of the admins?
So for me, all I'm doing today is I'm just walking around making sure people are, following the rules, doing what they're supposed to. Basically being the wet blanket on their parade. No, no, I mean just making sure that people are, that they're set up, that they're not having any issues, that if they are having issues, what we can do to help them out. Also making sure that prices and stuff are fixed.
Sure.
So that way, because that is one of our rules, right? Is make sure people know how much something costs. So
right.
Making sure that one, the prices are there, and two, that they're if they're newer pops, that they're actually within if they're within that 4-week window, that they're
within. So just make sure everybody's following the guidelines.
Right.
That's what you're out there. You're the police.
I am.
You're the po-po.
I can't get away from it. I've been protecting people and things my entire adult life.
You should have worn like one of those big lights on your head that flashes.
Like the Despicable Me.
Yeah, exactly. You should have worn one of those. Yeah, that would have been awesome.
I could have worn my Starling City police badge, from Arrow. Could have did that, but then
show me a move.
Are you an actual cop? No.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
So I read the other day that somebody's leaving Arrow. It's a female actress. Did you read about that?
No. The show's ending next season.
Oh,
so,
it is.
Yeah. So everybody's leaving.
So yeah, everybody is.
Oh,
leaving.
They're ending it.
Yeah, they're ending
impressive.
it.
Because it's been on for what, 10 years now?
I think so. It'll be season 8, season 9. I think will be the final. So next season, because you have that ending. You also have Supernatural ending on season 15.
I saw that. Yeah, Supernatural. That's a show I never got into that I feel like I should have.
We've watched it our entire marriage, like my wife and I, right? Like we got married.
It's your thing.
It came out that year.
Okay.
And that is one of those like neither one of us watched the show without the other, right? It's that's our thing.
Right, that's your thing. Right. So I would say the same about Walking Dead for Heather and I, but Heather passes out most of the time, so we do not finish it together. We do not finish together.
I watch it the next morning with my breakfast.
Pretty much, yeah. She's like, don't tell me what...
At the point where I fell asleep.
In the morning, she's messaging me, don't tell me what happened. I'm trying to dodge all the spoilers before I can get to my breakfast toast.
I mean, you're on social media. It's hard not to...
I know.
Yeah, I knew everyone who died this last episode because of Facebook.
Yeah.
Before I could watch it.
Right.
At like 9 a.m.
Right.
It's ridiculous, but it is what it's the world we live in. So you just gotta like stay off of
social media.
Unless you're like, well, you know what, I'm not gonna get to it. I just gotta accept it for what it is.
Right. So you're here as an admin, but are you looking for anything in particular? No pops standing out for you today?
Not really. I mean, if I see something cool, I'll be like, I need that in my life, and I'll pick it up. Like I did see somebody selling a Marvel Legends Thor from Infinity War, which is one that I don't have.
Okay.
And he has Stormbreaker.
Yes.
And I'm like,
that's a cool figure.
Yeah. I'm like, but they weren't at their stand, so I'm like, I need to. I'll come
have to return
and check it out, but that might be the one thing that I pick up here today, just because I saw that and immediately was like, I don't have that. I need that.
It's one of those things that anytime I go to a meet, I like to take at least one thing home with me. You know, I don't like to go home empty-handed. Yeah, I know. Today is a different thing because we had a lot of stuff brought to us.
I have something for some people here. So
you do? Oh,
yeah.
This is Heather. This is where Heather disappears.
Right. It
happens any time when you're here. She just disappears.
It is you.
Heather, take your phone with you. I want you to go on Instagram and do a walk around. No, that also goes on Instagram. It's weird.
Okay.
No, I want it to be awkward.
Yeah. Why not?
Have the camera facing you while you're peeing. It's weird. Don't take the sign down. That was weird. Yeah, so there are only a couple of things I'm looking for, and I don't know if I'm going to find it here today. There's a black and white Loki from Dark World with the long hair, no helmet on it. I can't find it anywhere. I've been looking for months. I want to find it in person. I can go online and buy it all day long.
Right.
But I like to find stuff like this in person.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun to find it.
That's right.
You can get that instant gratification.
It's one of my hunt items. Okay. I don't have very many anymore because now I just wait for things that are about to come out. But like my wish list is like kind of small, but it's all of those high dollar items. Do you find it the same way for you?
Yeah, I mean, at this point with my collection, it's like there's only so many pieces that I want. Right. So it's like I know what I'm looking for, and yeah, there's plenty of cool stuff out there, but not stuff that I want for my collection. So yeah, I mean, but then again, I wasn't looking for that Thor, and there he is.
There he is. He shows up.
All right.
So how do you collect Legends more than you collect Funko Pops now?
No, right now I'm in whatever catches my eye. I mean, my Funko space is pretty packed tight, so now it's like maybe one or two here and there, like the Becky Lynch pre-sale went up the other night, and I grabbed her right out the gate. I'm not even waiting for that to
jumped right off. The man, right? The man.
The man.
That's what you explained the other day. The man. Okay.
So I grabbed her. And then, as things pop out, like the Dawnbreaker Batman, when that came out, right, I was on top of that because it's Green Lantern affiliated, so I'm on top of that.
Instantly.
Right. But if it's not part of, like, my main focuses, there can be a whole line that comes out. I'm like, yeah, they're cool. I'm probably not going to buy them.
So how about all this Endgame stuff? Do you care about any of that?
Nothing, not even figure-wise. I mean,
you don't even care.
Maybe when I see the movie.
How about that Ebony Maw that's being released in Marvel Legends? That's one I have to have.
Yeah, I mean, he's a character. He's a character that's cool, but
really,
not.
I walked away from that film, the Infinity War film, and we were having this big conversation. He was the real villain of the movie.
Agreed. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Shelf space is limited, right? So.
Oh, and Ebony Maw does not make the cut.
He does not rank. He doesn't rank to.
He does not belong here.
Right.
How about the Build-A-Fig though? The Thanos is awesome.
Yes, but
I can't sell you on this, can I?
No.
I'm trying. I'm really trying to push it.
You know what else? It's not even so much even Legends anymore. Selects. I've been going down the Select path.
Really? You're going by Marvel Select? So there are select Marvel Select. Can you see what I did there? There's select Marvel Select figures that I absolutely love and have to have.
Yeah.
The big comic book Thanos, #1. I mean, come on, that's an amazing figure.
It's a great figure.
The Disney Thanos that they released, amazing.
So there's a Agent Venom Marvel Select that Disney did years ago.
Yep.
That's probably one of my favorite figures.
That's a cool figure.
How detailed it is, and even being a Select, it's got plenty of articulation to it, so you can pose them, and the base. Even the base is cool that he goes on.
How about the Gladiator Hulk?
That was a good figure.
Dude, that figure weighs like 10 pounds.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys out there collect any of these figures that we're talking about. I know mostly we talk about Funko Pops here. But there's a Marvel Select Hulk. I've shown it in one of our past episodes. It's been a while. The thing is about, I mean, it's humongous. It's really, really tall. But if you throw it at somebody, and I'm not joking, if you throw it at somebody, you're injuring somebody.
Yeah, you can knock somebody out.
You really could.
Yeah.
You really could. The only problem with that figure is, well, it's not even a problem for the figure, but as far as a set goes, when you put that figure with the Thor from that set, the Thor is horrible. It is one of the worst Marvel Select figures I think I've ever owned.
Yeah, and that's the problem with Selects is that they're so, I don't know, it's hit or miss with them.
Yes.
Right? You either get a really good figure or you get one that's trash. Or so Diamond Select is also part of all that same line, right? And the Ghostbusters figures from the Ghostbusters movie.
Yes.
I'm a big Ghostbusters fan. And I bought all of the Diamond Select Ghostbusters. They suck.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not.
I almost bought one the other day for my son.
They look cool in the box. Once you get them out and start trying to put everything together, or even trying to keep them balanced, or get them to hold, like, if they wanted to hold the wand from the Proton Pack.
Right.
It's a pain. It's
really?
A real pain. Like the one figure from that the Dana Barrett figure.
Yeah.
I cannot get that woman to stand to save my. And I pride myself on being able not having to use figure stands for any of my figures. She will not stand unless I have a figure stand for her, and I'm like, she falls over so many times, and it causes so many problems.
Just bad feet?
Yeah, like the feet are just.
Are there joints on the feet to the leg?
Yeah, like you can try to like twist and turn them, but it's still a pain. But then like Egon is a pain to balance also. So like you have to like have his like arms down to his side.
So you have all these Ghostbusters figures that are just falling over.
Yeah, they keep. Maybe they're haunted.
That could be an explanation for it, sure.
But they're fun. The head sculpts also aren't super great.
Now we're talking about the film figures, not the film figures. The real Ghostbuster cartoon figures look great too. The
cartoon figures look good. I haven't picked those up, but those come with what is it? I think the Firehouse, like the build.
Oh yeah.
The diorama.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
That they put in there.
Yeah.
That
amazing.
Or maybe it's the basement. One of them comes with like the outside of the Firehouse.
Yeah.
I can't remember which line it is. I can't remember if it's Ghostbusters 2 or the animated ones.
I want to say it's animated, but don't quote me. But I know exactly what you're talking about.
The Matty Collector Ghostbuster cartoon figures. Those came out maybe like 10 years ago or something.
Okay.
Dude, I love those figures because they look like the cartoon figures, and they pose nice. And
did you watch the cartoon?
Oh yeah, I watched the cartoon.
Oh man, what an amazing cartoon! You know, it's funny because I never knew how great it was as a kid until I went back and watched it with my son. It was literally a sequel to the film, the first film, which was amazing because no other cartoon TV shows, I don't believe that I can think of, has ever done that.
Yeah, because that's why they got the new suits, and the old suits from the end of the movie got haunted with their, not so much ghosts, but they took on their manifestation.
Yes,
right. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
It was amazing, and they referred to Gozer and you know all the villain. What was the villain called in Ghostbusters? Zool. They referred to Zool. And I just thought that was interesting that they're talking about all this stuff in the cartoon like kids are supposed to know.
Right.
Because some kids probably didn't watch it because it was more of an adult, I guess, sort of film. But that's how we rolled back then.
Yeah, and what's great is, you know, my kids are into Ghostbusters now, and Ghostbusters, the animated series, has been on Netflix for like the past couple months. And Tyler, my 5-year-old, he's been watching it like religiously. Like, he puts it on, and that's what's on my TV. I'm like, good. And then my wife goes, oh my God, not another one, because the big one, you know, Charlie, he's already gone through he's already gone through the initiation, right? He's in the club.
Well, so the only issue with the Ghostbusters cartoon is that it turned into Slimer Busters at one point. It turned into a straight up cartoon.
There was 2 different Ghostbusters cartoons that went, right? You had the real Ghostbusters, which is what we're talking about, and then you had the Slimer version. Right.
And it was like more about him than anybody else. Yeah. Because I'm sure he sold very well.
Yeah. And like I mean the big wheel had, like, the Ghostbusters big wheel had Slimer on the front of it, right? So
of course, what child doesn't want to ride around on the Slimer?
Right. I mean,
it's a no-brainer.
It's a big wheel, first of all.
Right.
Which I don't think kids these days really know the love you can have for something other than your big wheel, especially when you're trying to, you know, like, look at this, I can burn it out with my big wheel, and you end up putting holes in the wheel and
destroy your big wheel.
The wheels that clicked on the back, right? You don't have that these days. Now everything's a razor scooter or something like that.
You're right about that. Yeah, you don't see big wheels anymore.
No.
You know what? They'll have a resurgence of big wheels. I bet you people in a certain amount of years will start making, and I bet they already have, like adult-sized big wheels. Are they out there?
I'm sure they're
out there.
I mean, if we're talking about it, somebody else is.
Well, because look at us. We're sitting here talking about Ghostbusters and the real Ghostbusters and how great it is and how we want to go out and buy the toys, right? This type of thing I don't think happened like 10, 20 years ago. Like nostalgia, like almost started in the 80s.
Well, nerd culture in general, right? Has really taken a strong. Like, go back to when we were probably still in high school, and even then it was not as popular. It was starting to gain traction, but it's not even like it is today. You know, here we are, 15 years later, and now it's perfectly acceptable to be a comic book fan.
Yeah, because you caught a lot of crap back then when you were a fan of all that stuff.
Nerd. Right, so,
nerd.
Now it's fine, and which is great, like that. People can let that nerd flag fly, but you also then get into the elitists, like, oh, you like, or just the rivalry between DC and Marvel, right? There's always been a rivalry, right? But you talk to somebody and you're like, oh, you like Marvel? We're not talking.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, no.
It's like football teams now.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. If you're a fan of Marvel, you can't be a fan of DC. Well, you can.
Right. You can. And I'm that person, right? So I'm not a big comic guy. Never have been. I read a couple when I was a kid, but that was about it. But as far as the films go, I want the films to do really, really well. They just have not, right? I did like Aquaman. I thought it was okay, but I'm really excited for Shazam.
Yeah, well, so after we got done talking the other night, I finally got up and went upstairs and watched Aquaman for the first time.
Yeah,
right. And I enjoyed it. I thought that it was
an enjoyable film.
It was a good movie, especially with DC's track record at the movies, right? This was a good movie.
It was solid, right?
You had a good story, you had good characters, you had an investment into what they were doing and what they were trying to achieve with the film. And the film stands alone by itself. You don't need anything else before or after it with that movie. So it was good. It'll be interesting to see where they go with
I know.
the character.
My only issue with that film was that they had two villains. I really wanted more Black Manta than the other villain, personally. But it's okay. I guess they're kind of fleshing the story out.
Yeah. Well, but they set it up. So that you
exactly.
Have more.
Right. Yeah, Black Manta was a cool character. I really happened to like him.
Well, and here we're talking about Aquaman, who is like one of the least cared about characters in the DC universe.
Right.
Like, nobody likes Aquaman, but until now.
Right. We'll put long hair on him, tattoo his whole body, and have him yell "woo" anytime he does something.
Well, they tried in the '90s, right? With what was it? The JLA story arc, and they chopped off his hand. He had
the hook.
Harpoon hand.
Yeah.
They made him look all badass looking. I mean, they tried. It still didn't catch on though, right? Because he went back to just talking to fish and nobody cared.
Just go back talking to fish. Who cares? Nobody cares about you.
But they did a good job with him. They made him a character that you can care about.
Right.
So I thought that was good. Again, we'll see where they go. But yeah, Shazam looks great.
I'm really excited about Shazam.
And I think DC is finding like you can be funny. You don't have to be dark and gloomy all the time.
So in the chat, Capital City Pop is here, and he actually saw an early screening of Shazam, and he says Shazam is the best. He liked Aquaman, but Shazam is the best. And I've heard that from a lot of people who have gone to see early screenings. They apparently did a lot of early screenings, and I think it's basically because their movies have not done so well, so they're trying to pack in as many people. And if somebody has it in their head they're seeing something early, of course they're going to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, Marvel fan or not. I mean, DC fan or not.
I know that Mark went and saw it, and he's like, it was great. He's like, and what helps with the movies and stuff is that, so Mark is a comic reader just like I am, and he's like, great, now I have a voice to the characters. So when I read the comics, I know what they're supposed to sound like.
Right.
Which when you don't ever think about that when you're reading a comic, right? And if you don't have a voice to reference, you just throw one in there. So it's nice to have that, with a character like Shazam that isn't a big mainstream character, but if you're a comic reader, now you have that as an option.
And my other thought on that is that they're making a DC film that has heart and it's not dark. Like the whole trailer wasn't like in a world, you know what I mean? It was more like fun. This kid is turning into a superhero. It's more on the lines of the Marvel kind of franchise, and of course that's going to bring people in. As many people complain about comic book films, especially Marvel, that they're too funny, there's too many jokes and everything in them. That's what works. It's a family movie. People want to go take their kids and watch these movies.
Right.
Right? So when you see Shazam, you see this trailer, of course you're going to want to take your kid. I want to take my son. I already bought a ticket. We're going to go see it next Saturday. We're already there.
Nice, yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it will be. And you're going to laugh, you're going to have fun, and you're going to see a good superhero movie.
That's right, exactly. Well, they gave me the high sign. Apparently, they want to do an announcement.
All right, do your thing, man.
So, Charlie, thank you for being and hanging out with us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, apparently he's making some sort of announcement. So I'm gonna change over to the waiting screen so they can do that, and then we'll come back. And when you're done walking around, come back again. I might bring Brandon in for a minute, talk to him. But I want you to come back around. You talk to us a little bit more.
All right, man.
All right, hey man, thanks for coming over. All right, guys, we'll be back very soon. They're gonna make an announcement. Be back very, very soon.
Also
Okay. Back. I don't know where Heather went. She ran off somewhere. But we're going to have a couple more people come over here and hang out. So, sorry about the music isn't helping. You're so tired. Aren't you glad that the music played? That way it keeps you awake, so you know what's about to come up on the Gastlecast. So, there was actually a giveaway that occurred for Mid-Atlantic Collecticore. Now, I don't think any of you guys here watching are part of Mid-Atlantic Collecticore, so I'm going to select a winner just so we can do it live. So I'm going to reach down in here, and what it's for is 2 different pops. This is for 2 of our members. We have a Batman, Red Batman, and a Chase Pennywise. And I'm going to let Brandon, he's standing right here, I'm going to allow him to select the name. Come on, Brandon. Pick a good one.
Got one.
Got one? Who you got?
Brandy Scott.
Brandy Scott. Right here. There you go. Congratulations, Brandy Scott. You won. What did she win? You were selecting?
She will have a pick of...
Oh, both of those. Okay, and then we're going to have a second winner?
Nope, not on this.
Oh, not on this.
It was just one or the other.
Oh, one or the other. Okay, well then there you go. Awesome. Well, congratulations to Brandy. Thank you very much for doing that for us.
Of course.
Got some people to come and check out the Gastlecast locally, so that's cool. We do have these 2 pops here that we'll be giving away. Heather is now across from me. I don't know what she's doing over there.
I'm being interviewed. Do you have any questions for me?
Whoa, you know what? This is a perfect time to ask you questions.
Okay,
Heather,
hold on. Let me get these headphones on.
Heather, Jason Swoboda is standing behind me. I want us to talk to him too. And there's a door that's wide open that's blowing a ton of air. It's very cold, but that's okay. So Heather, how do you feel about being part of the Gastlecast? Is this a cool thing for you, or do you hate it? Do you love it? What's your feelings on it? The God's honest truth. Tell them how you're feeling.
Well, I will say that I've been gone for the last 20 or so minutes. So if that doesn't tell you anything, then you're stupid. I was just talking about you.
Did you just call me stupid?
Did it tell you anything?
At what moment did you realize that you were in love with me?
That's a good question. Can I think about that for a little bit?
What was it? So your very first pop was the
Invisible Demiguise.
Invisible
from Amazon.
But did you feel like you wanted more after that? I mean,
No.
what really made you want more? Is it because that you saw them and you saw that I was collecting them, so you wanted to be a part of the fun? I mean, what was the point?
So you had me go out and wait at cons and stuff, for store releases. And I met a lot of cool people doing that,
right.
But I didn't know anything about it, and it made me want to know things about it.
You wanted to know things.
Yeah, and when I did it, I realized how much fun it was, and that's when I started.
Okay. That's a good reason, Heather.
Yeah.
But speaking of people who know things, we have Jason Swoboda here. Welcome.
Which camera am I? That one?
That one right there.
Hello.
That's the one you're in.
Wait a minute, You look all presentable for everybody.
You look beautiful.
Hello. Thank you so much. I got my cold brew. It's on my nitro cold brew. It's not Guinness, I promise.
I like your big sticker on your cup there.
Yeah, I put that there. Right. Oh, here. Now everyone knows who I am.
Now, you guys probably already know about God Mode and how we were on the back of the comic books. Jason just actually supplied us with a couple more that we can give away. I'm probably going to give away about 2 of them today. So I will give you, I'll give you some chances to win those and some of the pops that we were showing you guys earlier. Jason, any new big pickups for you?
I got a unicorn today. I got the unicorn drinking coffee. Yeah, hand it. It's right. Hand it to me. We can be meta, and then we can have the coffee. Boom. Drinking the coffee. Hold on. That's right. Take a minute.
Oh my God, you're a savage. What an animal! You see him rip that thing out of the box?
I didn't see it. I was texting.
My hair raised.
There it is.
There he is.
It's my spirit animal.
Hold on. Can you grab your coffee?
That's what.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
It is.
Look at that top on that cup. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that's
that?
wild.
I've never seen a
Your
top
cold
on
brew.
your cold brew. There's
Oh
like
yeah,
a
the
little-
sippy cups.
Yeah, it's a sippy
You're
cup.
going straw-free, right?
It's protecting the environment by
Yeah.
giving me a sippy cup,
That is awesome. Yeah.
and it's enabling my.
It turns me into a child, but that's okay.
But it's wonderful.
So what's new on the comic book front?
We got the second issue coming out in May.
May, okay.
So
right around
that's
the corner.
So if you check back tomorrow, that's a month from then.
Okay, perfect.
But not a month from today. A month and a day from today.
So what do you have to say about the new comic book? I mean, how's the first one been doing?
I'm excited. When it first came out, it almost sold out at all the distributors.
Awesome.
So
That's
it's diamond and everything. So that was good, and a lot of people gave me really good feedback about it. They're happy. They liked it.
You're
So
hearing
that's
from a
all-
lot of people.
Yeah.
So in how are you hearing from people? Through social media and things of that nature?
Yeah, friends have contacted me.
Okay.
People did reviews online of it.
Awesome.
A couple people who won on the Gastlecast.
That's
Did a
awesome.
video review.
Yes.
So it was. I enjoyed it. It was fun.
And I actually made it up to your signing.
Yes.
Which
I
was-
signing at Chuck's.
Yes. I felt like
Very
I was.
exciting.
Look at the feet on this. Hold on, did we even show?
You didn't.
It's like
Tiny-
it stands on two Tic Tacs.
They look like your feet.
It's like that right there.
Two little Tic Tacs. Can it stand on its own without the?
No.
No, there's no way.
No, that's
So
not
it does come with
happening.
a stand.
Yes, a lot of them are coming with stands now. Did you get the Sour Patch Kids?
No,
They're permanently affixed on there. The Sour Patch Kids have stands.
you can't pull them off the stand.
No, but I don't think they can stand without them because they have stumpy legs like me.
I'm very much like my candy.
I'm very much like my Sour Patch Kids. But I had a friend of mine who was out at ECC. Okay, you're breaking my stuff. Thanks.
They should have fixed this on this top too.
Who was over at Emerald City Comic Con, and he hooked me up with the green Sour Patch Kid.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
I have friends.
You have friends in high places,
Yes,
as
I
they
do.
say. Yeah, that's one trip I'd like to make at some point. One of the big cons on the West Coast. So either Comic-Con, obviously, like the biggest thing ever, or Emerald City. I think Emerald City will be a lot of fun.
It is, but you gotta go to San Diego.
I
Chris.
know.
Come on.
I know. I'm being silly now.
You're
being
being
silly.
You're being ridiculous.
Have you been to Emerald City
No,
before?
I have not.
You haven't?
No.
Okay.
I can only usually get one West Coast trip out of the year. I'm only a local celebrity. I'm not nationwide yet. I can't just gallivant around the country.
Right. You're not being interviewed by anybody else. Only the Gastlecast.
The Pacific Northwest version of the Gastlecast.
Yeah. So you're going to San Diego Comic-Con this year?
That's the plan.
Okay. That's the plan.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Stan.
Yeah, I don't, seat in my pants type of thing.
When you go to San Diego Comic-Con, are you pretty much like set up to get the things that you want? I mean, how does it work out for you? Do you usually do well when it comes to winning the what is it, the
Since they
raffle
had the
ticket or whatever, the lottery?
Since they've had the lottery, I haven't been there. I mean, I haven't won the lottery yet.
Oh, you haven't won the lottery?
No.
But you have friends in high places, so things work out for you.
I'll just say I've been very fortunate
That's awesome.
that I've never much gone for wanting.
Well, let's be honest about this, though. I mean, you've been in this for a long time. You've been in this game for a long time, more than most. What, 2000? You said?
Yeah, it's been about 18 years, a little over 18 years.
18 years. I think I would give you my place on getting any particular pop because you've been involved in it so long and been such a what's the word I'm looking for? Such a celebrity, maybe, in the Funko community that you deserve it. You deserve it. You've been such a positive force in it too. Putting on the fun days out and all that. You deserve it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, Yeah, thank you.
I mean, but who's taking that on other than you? Who in the Baltimore area would take that on?
Not me.
I thought for sure.
my cross to bear.
I thought for sure you were going to have a stroke because I emailed you. I hadn't met you. I didn't know you, and you emailed me back. I was like, "Hey, question about whatever," and you emailed me back. Oh my God! It was. In fact, I think there's a picture of you actually on fire.
There was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was perspiring quite heavily. I went through 3 shirts. I had a bunch of them. By the way, none of the giveaways were worn, so none of those giveaways of the shirts you had were shirts that I wore.
Oh, okay. Oh, good.
So
Good.
That's for another giveaway.
Oh, no, actually, we gave it away with
game worn shirts.
I was going to say we were giving them away with that thought in mind that people were actually going to have your sweat on them. They were really excited about
It's
it.
fake news. That was all a lie.
Sorry, guys. False advertising.
Yeah.
Right. Our bad. Didn't mean to do that.
No wonder people went so crazy. Well, now we're gonna get hate mail. They were unworn.
That was a crazy event, and I had never done anything like that.
Crazy event.
Before.
That event.
I'm a little bit more comfortable this year, or for next year.
Crazy event, I don't think is the word. Amazing event. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, for two people who are sort of new to all this, at least then, I mean, we're still sort of new to it in comparison to somebody who's been into it for 18 years. But being new to it and attending something like that, we've never been out to Comic-Con out there and the Fanatic. It's Fun Days. Here was Fanatics Day out. See, I don't even know the lingo properly. I screw it all up. But anyway,
these are called pops.
Oh! I've been calling them dwarves for a long time. I was so confused. But you know, the fact that you are such a where was I going with that?
I don't know. Jason's great. That's it.
I'm a wonderful person.
I know you're a wonderful
I think
person, but I had something cool to say and I lost it.
Let that be known on the record.
Let that be.
I lost hell of a guy.
I lost it. What's one of the coolest things that you've gotten over at a Fun Days event on the West Coast?
It's probably going to be something in the old Wobbler days. Well, my Hall of Fame plaque. It's there. That's
you told us about that. The Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame plaque.
Hall of Flame.
Hall of Flame.
It was
and going back even further, the Golden Underwear Award in Vegas in 2003.
The Golden Underwear
Mike
Award.
Becker was giving out golden underwear. He says, "What's the best thing? What's the greatest thing that someone can give you as a token of friendship? Why their underwear?" And they were like kids' underwear spray painted gold. I have to show that whenever you come by and
I want to do that. I want to come by and I want to check out everything.
You can see that Mike Becker's one of his 20 pairs of golden underwear.
Nice guy.
Spray-painted. Mike, it's wonderful.
Wonderful guy.
Yeah, he's everything you see in that movie. That's pretty much what he's
That's
like.
Mike.
Yeah, humble and.
How about Brian?
I like Brian too. He's the same. Brian's a very business oriented guy.
Is he?
Yeah, he had the vision to take it where it is now.
He seems like a fun guy, and you know, I mean, that has to be stressful to have that company.
Well, now it is.
Yeah, right. With everything that goes on,
it's all very corporate.
and then the new items that they start talking about is going to be released. Like I'm talking about outside of like Dorbs and Pops. It's like, hey, it's the little heads or whatever the heck they're coming up with.
Years ago, before Comic-Con, they never would tell you what was going to be the exclusives. So they would give you they would have like a little montage, a photograph that had all these different pictures, and they would be like, "Oh, guess what the exclusives are going to be?" And they would name like half of them, but you wouldn't know till you got there, and it was like an utter surprise when you got there. You're like, "Holy moly!
Oh wow, that's awesome.
a lot of stuff."
Yeah,
but now they have to announce everything because it leaks. So you got to be in charge, ahead of the leaks.
Sure.
Be in charge of the.
That and then it's also going to be released in stores and stuff like that. And probably that's how it leaks, is that you have these guys in the shipping warehouses. They know exactly what the items are going to be.
Just Instagram it.
Exactly. Oh, here's the new cool thing.
Gotta be first.
Gotta be first, right? So the Infinity War stuff released today. Any excitement over that with you?
God, there's so much.
I know.
I feel bad for anyone who goes after all of them.
I can't. I just
feel
can't.
bad for you.
No, I've already told Heather. I promised Heather as a pre-wedding gift.
They're all going to be released the day of your wedding. At different points. When the cake cutting is when the Hulk 2-pack comes out.
Where's Chris? Where's Chris? We need to cut the cake. Oh, he went down to Target. He had to go pick up the 2-pack.
It's the mother-daughter dance. It's the mother-son dance time. Oh, no. Thanos is releasing at Target. Or is it Thanos?
I always say Thanos. Everybody jumps all over me. Thanos, hun. Did you see the Thanos Hot Toys?
The one you posted?
Oh my!
I can't get into Hot Toys. It's too much.
Really?
I
Too
agree.
expensive.
Tell him that.
They are expensive, but man, they are so cool.
And they're a very loyal fan base too.
Yes.
Yes.
Very
Part
much
of a group with that.
Really?
They're just. I don't have any, and I'm not going to. They're too much. It's too big.
Not one
I have
single.
to focus on one thing.
There's not one single character that you can see releasing that you say I have to get it.
Me. If they
So
make
maybe a hot toy of you.
A Hot Toys for Boba Fett, I'll buy one. That's it.
All you have to do is get a customized head,
I just have to.
and you can put it on the Boba Fett body.
I gotta make a comic about me doing stuff other than playing Switch.
Right.
It'll be a Hot
Drinking
Toys.
coffee.
Drinking coffee. And
No straw, please.
it'll have different hands. One with a beer, another one with a Switch controller, another one with my phone.
Those are all the accessories.
These are all the accessories.
This is so me.
And it's like a whole bunch of my face doing as I often do.
So how many items do you think you have in your collection? Because I noticed off the pictures you had like it looked like
Infinity.
it looked over 1,000.
It goes on forever, it seems. My wife thinks I have way too many, and she's probably right.
Do you keep a number? Do you keep all your stuff on the app?
No, I haven't, because I
too much.
start doing it, and I'm just like, I want to do other things, and then I never go back to it.
Do you think there are things on there that you could not find on the app that you own? Like
There are
stuff that's
some.
too old?
Well, it's weird that there's some things on there that don't exist. Like there was that He-Man Retro Freddy that was a custom.
Yeah.
Apparently it was a custom, but it made it on the app. So there's going to be all kinds of stuff. But I don't think anybody has a full collection. I don't even think Funko has a full collection of what's available. I'm sure they're missing pieces here and there.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if they have somebody who keeps up all of, like the records and the history and all that kind of
I'm
stuff.
sure now they do.
You think?
Back in the old days, there was a website called Let's Get Wacky, but that was fan organized and
Okay. Like a Wikipedia for Funko almost?
sort of before It was before there was a Wikipedia.
Before all that.
It was the old days of the internet.
1992.
Hit me up on ICQ or AOL.
Oh my holy ICQ.
ICQ and AIM. Hit me up.
I always loved ICQ so much because you could see what how the person was typing. I always thought that was the coolest thing ever when it first came out. I was like lost on that.
Now it's all gone.
I know you can't have it anymore. It's gone.
I have a very important question.
Okay.
Very important.
Sure.
Speaking of AIM, what were your first screen names? Ever?
It's always been Swoboba Fett.
You are too freaking cool.
I'm
so embarrassed.
I staked my claim years and years ago. I was
You
like,
did.
hey, you know what? This is me now. No one else
Good.
has this.
That's
and,
perfect.
No one ever took it.
Mine is really silly.
Oh, you'll get a kick out of mine.
Mine was. So do you remember there was a movie with Nick Cage where they're in an airplane and they were like inmates?
No.
Con Air. And one guy was named Cyrus the Virus.
Yeah.
So I was Cyrus, Cyrus X90. Why? Where the 90 came from, I couldn't tell you. Why there's an X in there, I don't know.
That is the year I was born. That is why we're soulmates.
Whoa!
You were born in X90?
Oh, that's incredible. It's like a Mega Man game.
I'm an alien, too, by the way.
Wow. So what was your first name?
Well,
Punky Brewster 101.
I'm really embarrassed. I did not
You're the one that
spell check. I was like maybe 10 years old, 11 years old. Preety? Preety. Baby 7. Because I did not know how to spell pretty.
Why were you a pretty baby?
I don't know.
That's even worse.
7 was my favorite number. That's the only thing I know.
It's my favorite number.
Oh, that's good.
Look at us.
Wow. We're soulmates too.
Were you guys getting married too, or what? You
Yeah,
guys are
I think
getting
so.
married on May 3rd.
I'm gonna become the Andy Richter of the Gastlecast now.
We just sit off to the side and make really great jokes and laugh.
We both are the same stature.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, it's gonna be wonderful.
You come up with brilliant ideas. We need a writer.
I'll just get a drum.
You got a bum tiss.
That's right.
Actually, I have one of those. Yeah, you can't hear that. I forgot. You don't have headphones on. Headphones.
I don't.
Yeah, A.
I don't have headphones.
So when are we coming over there? When are we coming over there?
Tomorrow.
To see all your stuff?
May 3rd. You free?
That is the perfect day. the day that we're getting married.
And the day that Thanos comes out.
Everything happens that day. It's the most important day of my life, aside from my wedding.
Yes.
So we should plan something over the summer.
Yes.
Where you can be extra sweaty, because we'll then take your shirt and give it away.
That's right. No, I won't be sweaty. My basement's very cold.
Oh, okay. So you'll be fine now.
Yes, that's why none of my Funko leans or does anything. It stays straight, like
big and strong. Big and strong. Yeah, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
So if the basement got hot, then you could screw up all your stuff.
Well, just think, when we're doing head swaps, we're softening them
You
up
gotta
by
heat it all
boiling
up, yeah.
water. Yeah.
Right.
So I would imagine that it would make things.
there was
messed up.
like that 3-foot Freddy Funko display, the old one, the Freddy or the Funko shop.
Yeah.
The old one.
Yeah.
They had a problem. People would keep them in like store windows or in a room with a lot of heat, and he'd just start leaning like this.
Oh no.
And then it would snap at the base, like where his ankles are.
Oh my God.
It was his Achilles heel, literally, was the heat from the sun. So I was just like, well, I'm going to keep them in the basement where it's nice and cold, and they'll never lean at all.
And you have one of those.
I do, and he doesn't lean.
He's not doing the gangster lean.
He's not. Although the one thing I did have, I have a Sarah Palin wobbler proto. Don't ask.
Okay.
Someone sent to me. They're like, here, you'd probably like this. I was like, sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but she's like,
Sarah Palin didn't even want it.
How did they come up with the fact that you wanted it?
I bought all 4 of them from Wild Bill when he had all the exclusives years and years ago.
That's the best story ever.
I was just like, I'm going to get all the presidents and the people who weren't president. But anyway, her wobbler proto is like doing the reverse, like Smooth Criminal. It's like leaning back at her legs.
We have her leaning up against a wall or something?
No, she's just, she can't even lean against the wall. She doesn't tip over. But I guess she's leaning too far to the right.
Right.
To the back, whatever.
They're saying, they're giving me the high sign.
Yep.
Door prizes?
You got a door prize in there.
Okay, well then we're going to go back on a break so we can do the door prize.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me.
Of course.
It was exciting. Is that new or?
Newish. I think it came out like.
Hey everybody, we're back. Heather just picked something up that we were looking at. That's kind of cool.
This is. Well, I actually picked it up like earlier, like way earlier. Someone just like threw it at my face, and I was like, oh, okay. No, I'm just kidding. He handed it to me. He was a gentleman about it.
Well, show him what you got. They can't see it.
I have a Dr. Finkelstein.
That thing's awesome.
No, not yet. Okay, now it is.
Now it's awesome.
That's super cool.
Take your pops out of their box.
That's right. They need to come out.
They do.
They need to breathe. They need to show their brains.
Yes.
One of the coolest things that we ever found on a Funko Pop after taking outside the box was Krampus. There's a child hanging on the back of Krampus. It's amazing. What's a cool thing you found on a pop that you pulled out of the box? Anything you think of off the top of your head?
That you did not know was there.
Pepe Le Pew's gigantic tail.
Oh, yeah.
Gigantic tail.
Yeah.
You know that I have one.
A tail or
Yes.
Pepe Le Pew?
She has a tail. She has a tail.
You hide it well.
Thank you.
It's gigantic.
Very well.
It's gigantic.
It's fluffy, as Chris says.
It's very fluffy. Oh, I called her buttocks a fluffy tail.
Yeah, so we were making our wedding website one night, and we did a little thing of like how we met, and he said something like, I fell in love with her gorgeous eyes and fluffy tail, or something like that. And it's still there. It's on our wedding website. Fluffy tail.
Fluffy tail.
So to win one of these Funko Pops, the first person to say what I'm going to allow you to select out of these two. The first person to name Jason's comic book wins.
Can I participate?
Yeah, sure.
No.
The first person to name the comic book wins, and you can select which one you want out of the two. So go ahead, it's all up to you now. Heather, what else did you pick up while you're out running around?
I did not pick up anything. I'm
Okay.
looking for a couple things. So you mentioned the black and white Loki.
Yes.
No luck.
Nobody.
I'm also looking for the Bloody Negan because Tasha Ridnor wants one.
Ah, helping out friends. We are
Yeah.
together. Good. Jason, did you come here with any thoughts of something you wanted to find?
You. And you.
Oh,
I found you.
I'm
Mission
really
accomplished. Mission accomplished.
DK, the legendary collector, you won. Tell us what you want,
Black
and then
Panther or
it'll be yours.
Star-Lord?
Black Panther or Star-Lord. It's totally up to you, whichever one you want.
can also pick that. I'll throw another prize in.
What? Or that, I guess.
It's a joke.
DK already got it. Let's see. Da-da-da-da.
Thank you.
Somebody wrote the word. Oh, Jason's. Okay. DK. Okay. DK, you tell us whatever one you want. If you want to, you can message us on Instagram, and then we can ship it to you.
Congratulations.
The last one that we'll be giving away, I'll come up with a way. I'll let Jason think of a way to give that one away.
Oh man.
I'll let you think about it.
That's heavy.
Did you actually put in for the two big prizes up there? I saw you writing something down.
No, I just wrote my name on.
Oh, that's all you did.
That's all I did.
So you said you had Red Skull at one point in time.
Which is the original?
The
Red
original?
Skull? I still have it.
You still have it?
Yeah.
You have a Red Skull now?
Sitting on the shelf.
Amazing.
Collecting dust.
Oh my God! It's unboxed.
Got dust.
Because you had mentioned one other time before that you had one and you gave it to somebody or sold it for like $40 or something, if I remember correctly. And you're like, yeah, I sold it for $40, and at the time I think it was up at $700. And you're like, what do I care? It doesn't matter to me.
I sold a flock Chewbacca for $100.
What is really? $200.
100.
100.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I sold a flocked Gizmo. I sold it on eBay. I think it's years ago, and it sold for $120, and then it got lost in the mail.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The post office said they lost it. It was a flocked Gizmo and a Chase Batgirl. The original Chase Batgirl.
Oh my God. They're like the worst things you can have lost in the mail.
But at the time, it was like, I think for both of them, $240, but it got lost, and then the person who bought it never told me.
Oh my God.
So it's like, sorry, at this point.
The most amount of money you've ever spent on a Funko-related item?
Not Pop.
And yeah, whatever.
So the most I spent would have to be, it was a White Tux Freddy Funko Wobbler. I think it was $300.
Wow.
But that was by far the most I ever spent. I'm not including the Freddy, the 3-foot Freddy.
Sure.
That doesn't lean. Does not lean.
So how much did you have to pay for those things? So I thought like the large ones are, and this is stupid me, but I thought the large ones were things that you would like somebody would give you at like the Fanatics Day Out or something like that?
No, so like the original store display, Freddy Funko, Wacky Wobbler, those were those store displays. That's how I met Chuck, Captain Chuck's Comics.
Okay.
He was selling them on the old Wobble World website, and I was like, oh, he's down there in Essex. That's not too far. So that's how I got.
That's how you met him.
Sucked into the community, and that's how I met Chuck and developed that friendship.
Interesting.
For a while.
Okay.
Yeah,
so that's how you became friends with Chuck.
So that was like $75. And at the time, I was like, gosh, that's a lot of money. I was a bank teller. So I knew about money. I knew about how to add money together.
I know all about the money.
I was like, God, that's, what a cool deal. And then I saw all like the Mr. Softy and all the different kinds behind. I was like, wow.
You just
got everything I saw online.
So Wobblers, are they like the top for you? Is that like your thing?
Yeah, that's what I had the most of. I think. Yeah, that's what I had the most of.
What's the reason they don't make those anymore? You don't see them anymore. Is it because they decided they don't sell as well as
sales shot down and then Pop just...
Wouldn't it be cool if they randomly just released a couple every once in a while?
I mention it basically every time that someone has an ear open to me. Like, hey, you should bring back the old style Wacky Wobblers.
Yeah.
Just for the heck of it.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Because there are ways... I'm going to switch it back here because Heather walked away. There are ways to reach out to Funko, right? And let them know what's on your mind and what your ideas.
Just tweet them. Don't don't slide into their DMs. Yeah, you can tweet and, I think that's the easiest way to get a hold of them. Because they'll do the Ask Funko. Yeah. The hashtag Ask Funko.
Yes,
They're
right.
just like, hey, we're doing a Q&A. So all you got to do is when that happens, get that notification. Just when you're going to make original Wacky Wobblers for Jason.
For Jason, you know who.
Specifically for Jason.
Right, you know who. I mean, we don't have to say a last name.
Who wouldn't buy Bob's Big Boy Wobbler? In the old style, not that newish style.
Mark it with a sticker. They should have done it. Mark it with a sticker that said 20th anniversary.
I mean, they had, I believe there's like 8 to 10 different variants of the original Big Boy Wobbler anyway.
Oh,
based on box print, based on
Do you have the Funko Pop of that?
Yeah.
You do?
I have the originals. So they had one where they had like, I forget what the number was, but they had an anniversary edition.
Yes.
They had a silver base, they had a white base. They had ones that were shiny, ones that were matte. It was so many. But they made, over 100,000 of those. So there's a ton.
So do you have a lot of Funko Pops?
Yeah, I still have.
Okay, so you have a bunch of those. I mean, obviously you collect. I got you the unicorn. So the unicorn, where
I put it away.
Yeah, wherever it went. The unicorn. What about the unicorn? Is it because you like the way the unicorn looked? Do you remember it from the movie?
I secretly love unicorns.
Oh.
But it had the coffee. It was one of the funnier parts in Inside Out.
Okay.
And that's something that's funny looking.
I ask because you have select people out there like Wes Howard of Poppin' Off Toys. He collects like all Pixar and Game of Thrones, but Pixar, he has every Pixar pop there is. So I got him one of the unicorns. So you're not like a completionist when it comes to Funko Pops at all?
No, I had all the original Disney, like when they were Disney Store.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I started putting them back in boxes because I have to move them. I don't have room for Disney.
You still have them?
Oh yeah. I don't have room for them anymore.
Well, yeah.
Unfortunately, I have other stuff that's cooler.
You need to buy a bigger house, I mean.
Not just for Disney. Just a staging area.
Build a weird shed.
I'll just put a sign on my house for sale inside, and I'll do one of these setups just for me.
Just for you. The whole room is all your stuff.
Yeah.
So do you like any of the other stuff? Like I bought a tiny ghost here. So do you like any of like the other like what do they even call it? They have a name for it, but it's like these other vinyl toys, like
I think they're
specialty
vinyl toys.
Yeah, well, but they have like this name for it, like artsy fartsy, because it seems like everybody and their brother brings them out now.
Yeah, I have one tiny ghost. It's the candy corn one.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a cool one.
And that's all I'll own. That's it. Unless I guess they make a unicorn one. No, but that's
Reese O'Brien.
Listen
Open
up.
the ears.
Listen up, buddy.
Very important. Have you ever met him?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Seems like a nice guy.
He is.
Is he?
Yeah. Very down to earth.
It seemed like it.
He likes to play the bass.
Does he?
Yeah, he'll play the bass.
Slap it a bass. Slap it a bass.
Yeah. On the Instagram, he'll do that on occasion.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I used to have one tiny ghost. I used to have a whole bunch, like a lot of Kid Robots and all the
Robot
Closix
makes
and
cool stuff.
Yeah, and back in the old days of Comic-Con, that was one of the booths you had to hit up. go get Kid Robot stuff because they made like 100 of something, the Dunnies and the all those weird things. I would get them, and then eventually I'm just like, I have to have one focus, or else I'm just not gonna have a family anymore because I'm gonna get kicked out.
Choosing vinyl over my family.
Yeah, so I had some stuff and I just had to get rid of it, and so I did.
Well, and